There is a timeline where the world's oldest civilization never had its future interrupted. No East India Company, no British Crown, no 200 years of extracted wealth and suppressed potential. This isn't about rewriting history. This is about understanding what was lost and what could have been. In 1757, a corporate takeover began at the Battle of Plassey. By 1858, it had become a full-blown crown enterprise. The result? An economy that once contributed a quarter of all global wealth was systematically reduced to less than 4%. This wasn't just political rule. It was the greatest wealth transfer in history, draining not just treasures, but confidence, industry, and entire generations of innovation. But imagine we remove that single fracture in time. No company flag rises over Bengal. No subjugation. Indigenous empires evolve, trade, and industrialize on their own terms. Now, watch the dominoes fall. While Europe was still emerging from the Dark Ages, India was the workshop of the world. Without interruption, Bengal's muslin and Gujarat's textiles would have become global luxury brands centuries before names like Gucci or Prada ever existed. Imagine Made in Bengal logos adorning the finest clothing in Parisian boutiques back in the 1800s. The Kerala School of Mathematics, with its pioneering work in calculus, wouldn't have been forgotten in dusty colonial libraries. Instead, it could have sparked an Indian Newton. The legacy of Aryabhata and Brahmagupta would have met an industrial revolution born in Pune, not Pittsburgh. Imagine holographic Sanskrit equations evolving into blueprints for advanced engines and electrical grids. Without Macaulay's minutes, there are no Macaulay's children, a class of Indians disconnected from their own heritage. Sanskrit would evolve as a vibrant language of science, while literary movements in Tamil, Bangla, and Marathi would rival the European Renaissance. Imagine bookstores in London selling international bestsellers originally written in Tamil and Hindi. A united Indian confederation would dominate the Indian Ocean. There would be no great game in Asia, where colonial powers vied for control. There would only be the recognition of a civilizational power that never fell. Picture a world map, with Indian naval bases securing trade routes across Southeast Asia and East Africa. Without engineered famines and the institutionalized policy of divide and rule, the social fabric of the subcontinent would have remained strong. Instead of partition, the region could have evolved into a federal union of diverse but united kingdoms, bound by shared culture and commerce, represented by a single, intricate flag. By the early 1900s, Indian-made locomotives would be crossing the continent. By 1950, Indian rockets would be launching from Sriharikota, inscribed with Sanskrit numerals, not Roman ones. Imagine seeing a retro-futuristic rocket with Devanagari script soaring into space decades earlier. And culturally, the world would look very different. Yoga wouldn't be a 21st century fitness trend in the West. It would be an 18th century philosophical export. Hollywood's action sequences might draw from the ancient martial art of Kalaripayattu, and prestigious universities like Oxford would offer degrees in Nyaya philosophy. Colonization didn't just steal our wealth, it stole our alternate futures. It stole the plays that were never written, the cures that were never discovered, the technologies that were never built. But resilience is coded into this civilization. The languages survived, the culture survived, the memory of what we were survived. And today, when India stands up as a global power, it's not a sudden miracle. It's a return, a remembering. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. The future remains unwritten, and after centuries of pause, our story is beginning again. Thank you for watching. If this made you think, consider subscribing for more journeys into what could have been.